So I'm just showing us how we're going to do a double layer sign. In this case, I've already cut this was the background. So we've already designed this. We had our second layer, it was over the top. And in this case, like I said, we have already cut the Chihuahua portion out. So we're going to move this. Now we're going to move this. And now I set this grid pattern. It was on a 1/2 inch. I went over here and I set this grid pattern to 1 inch so that I can see the size of this. So I'm going to bring this in here, and now I can just see how big it is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's about 15 inches long. So I know that I need about 15 inches. Now I always keep leftover scrap pieces from different random stuff. Look at all my vinyl. This is all vinyl, not stencil. See the white up there? And I've got a big roll of white back there too. And actually this piece came off my stencil, my scrap bin there. So, but anyway, in this piece, I said it needs to be about 15 inches. And in this case, we don't have I don't use registration marks for my second layers, the vinyl layer. And I'll explain why in another video. But I've got to basically just make sure this thing is long enough. And I'm going to line it up right here on the edge. Forgive me, I'm doing this one-handed here. My assistant's not with me. So we're going to get this lined up. And like I said, we need about 15 inches, but you always have to go a bit longer to make sure the roller has room. So I think I'm going to go about, I'm just going to make this a solid 20 inches. I'm going to see about lining this up on 20 inches. Again, it's not always easy to do this one-handed. I'm going to line it up that way. Make my cut. And then we're going to look. This one is about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5, so 6 or 7 inches tall anyway. In this case, I'm going to have some scrap, but it's not worth cutting off that little bit there. I would have a pretty useless piece. So I'm going to go ahead and load the cutter with this, and then we'll get that second layer cut, again in vinyl with no registration marks for the second layer.